Okay.
So here in our OBIEE tool, in the demo session, we discussed that there are two main components. Okay, so one is the administration tool, where we are creating the RPD administration tool, and even it is called as admin tool. Okay, so using this admin tool, we are creating the metadata, which is called as repository or RPD. So we are creating repository. Okay, so which is also called as RPD, and this is the metadata file. And the second tool is the analytics or answers. And using these analytics or answers, we can see the reports and also we can create reports also. So here, not only reports, even we can create dashboards, agents, KPIs. Okay, all these things we can get. Okay, so there are even some other options. Okay, we will be seeing all these things. Okay, so now how to log into the administration tool. So here, to log into the administration tool, here if you observe, I did not start my BA services. Okay, even though I am not able to start my BA services, I will be able to log into the administration tool. So administration tool will be available in start menu. In the Oracle Business Intelligence, there we will be able to see BA administration. Click on this BA administration. So now it is going to open a black command prompt window first, and then it is going to open the Oracle BA administration tool. Okay, so this is the administration tool, and using this administration tool, we can create the RPDs. Okay, we can create the RPDs using this administration tool. So the other option that which we are having is this analytics. As of now, I did not start my server. Okay, so if we are starting the server, then only we will be able to create the reports and also we will be able to see the reports. So if you want to use the analytics screen, the first thing is that we need to have our servers up and running. So let me start my server. So here the start services will be available in the same location. So here you will be having start BA services, but I have dragged this onto my desktop, so I can directly double click on the start BA services. So here, while we are starting the BA services, it is not asking for any password. Okay, username and password. So here it will remember the username and passwords only for a once in a month, like that it will be asking. Okay, so now if I want to start creating report, I need to wait for 5 to 10 minutes so that my server will start up. But whereas using this administration tool, I can directly see all the RPDs that which are existing, which is nothing but RPDs which are created for the previous sessions. Okay, I can see all those things, and also I can create a new RPD also. Okay, even RPD can be created in offline mode. Okay, so now let us start creating a RPD. So here we are going to create a RPD for Oracle schema. Oracle schema. In Oracle database, we are having Scott schema. In the Scott schema, we are having some tables like employee table, department table, sal grade. So I hope you are aware of Oracle schema. Please ping me if you are aware of Oracle Scott schemas like EMP, DBT, sal grade. Okay, so these are the basic tables that which you will be aware of while you are learning Oracle or SQL. Okay, so now I want to use these tables and I want to create a report. Okay, so that is my intention. Okay, so if you want to create the report, we need to use the answers. But here I am not able to log into the answers without my server startup. Okay, so here I have started my services. Even though the services will be started, after the services are started, if I want to use these options, which is nothing but these tables are not available in my OBIEE tool. Okay, so these are available in a Oracle database. Okay, so these are available in a database. Okay, so here if these are available in a database, then how I can bring them into my OBIEE tool? So here into the OBIEE tool, yeah, are you asking anything?
No, I'm good. You can go ahead.
Okay, so here if you want to bring the tables into your RPD, we are doing that using the administration tool. Okay, which means first we need to create the metadata. Okay, so if you want to use the answers to create a report, first thing is that we need to create RPD. Without creating RPD, we cannot create any reports. Okay, so now to create the RPD, click on File, select New Repository, and here provide the repository name. So here I am providing the repository name as Naga_Scott. So this is the repository name. Okay, so here you can provide any repository name. Okay, so now this is a metadata. Okay, so here if it is a metadata, it will be stored into a location. So the location is here. Okay, you are able to see a very lengthy location. So let me browse through it. So that is the installation drive. On my system, installation drive is C drive. Then the installation folder, which is BI home. Then instances. Then again instance 1. So here you are able to see instance 1. So if you are installing for the second time OBIEE on your machine, there you will be able to see instance 3. Okay. So now open this instance 1. Then BI foundation. So whatever the metadata we are creating, whether that is metadata using RPD or metadata created using these reports, both the things will be saved into a same folder, which is BI foundation. Okay, still BI foundation, the location is same. Okay, but from here the location will vary. So here we are discussing about the metadata related to administration tool, which is nothing but RPD. So we need to go with Oracle BI server component. Okay, open the Oracle BI server component, then core application. So in the core application we are able to see a folder with the name repository. So this is the folder which is going to hold all the repositories. Okay, so if I open this repository, I am able to see all the repositories that which are existing in my system. Okay, so here I am creating a new.
Now we are creating a metadata using reports, right?
No, we are creating a metadata, not using reports. Okay, so first we need to bring all those objects. So, okay, so as of now these objects are available. So these objects are available in the database, right?
Available in the database, yeah.
Okay, so these are available in database. I did not bring them into my OBIEE tool. So here you cannot bring these objects into the reports. Okay, we cannot bring them into the reports. We can bring them into the RPD only. Okay, so here we need to create the RPD so that we can use these database objects. Okay.
Okay.
So here I'm having the repository location, and in this, as of now,
we are going to bring all those from the database too, and we are going to store it in the repository, right? So
yes, all the contents will be stored in the repository. Okay. So as of now, I have provided the name of the repository as Naga_Scott, but I am not able to see the repository here. So the repository will be created only after providing all this information, which is repository information, and you should be able to click either on next or finish. Either of these options you should be able to click. So now the other option is import metadata. So here if you want to import the metadata, so what is the metadata? So metadata can be a table. Okay, metadata can be a table, metadata can be a view or any database object. Okay, so it can be any database object. So all those objects are called as metadata. So here we are going to import these objects. Okay, so that is nothing but import metadata. If you want to import the metadata now, which is nothing but while creating the RPD, then you can set this to yes. So or else if you do not want to import the metadata, which is nothing but we are going to create a empty RPD, which means we are not importing these tables. Okay, we are not importing these tables, only we are creating a empty RPD. So here why we are creating empty RPD means, so let us think we are the admin. Okay, so I want to create a RPD which is empty and I want to provide it to the OBIEE developer. Okay, so the OBIEE developer, he should be importing the tables. Okay, so he should be importing the tables, which is nothing but the database object, and he should configure the repository. Under that scenario I can set this to no, so that it will be creating empty repository. So we are able to see other option, which is MDS XML. So this XML we are going to use whenever we are having XML or multi-dimensional schemas. Okay, so which is nothing but S-based cubes. Okay, so for that we are going to use MDS. So now I'm going with import metadata yes, which means as soon as I provide this repository information, I'll be able to import the metadata tables. Okay, so let me provide the repository password. So here I am providing the repository password as admin123. So before providing admin123, let me provide 12345 12345. So here I have provided 12345 12345. So now next is enabled. If I click on next, it is showing me a warning. So let it pop up. Yeah. So here it is showing me a warning, okay, and here it is saying that the password does not meet the minimum criteria, and the password should be minimum 8 characters, and in that one non-numeric. Okay, so as of now I have used all numerical letters. Okay, all numerical letters. So here it is saying that you need to provide one alphabet also. Okay, so which is nothing but non-numeric. So for all the RPDs, whatever I am creating, I am going to use a single password, which is admin123. Okay, so this is the password that which I am going to use for all the RPDs that which I am creating. And also this password you can use with the installation. Okay, so with the installation of Oracle or OBIEE on your system, you are going to get the repository. Okay, with the installation of OBIEE, you will be getting a default repository with the name sample applet. Okay, so the default repository that which will come with the installation is sample applet. Okay, so even for this repository, the password is same, which is admin123. Okay, so by default password for that RPD. So here you can use your own customized password also. Okay, so let me provide the repository password, capital ADMIN123, and confirm the password admin123. So now import metadata is selected to yes. Okay, so now if I click on next, in the background we are able to see Oracle BA administration tool, and then it is showing some name naga_scott.rpd, which means this RPD is created now. Okay, so this RPD is created, and as of now there is no metadata in this. Okay, so all the 3 layers are empty, which means it is a empty repository. So that repository even you are able to see here, and the timestamp, if you observe, the timestamp is the same timestamp which is available on my system. Okay, which is 919. Okay, the same timestamp. Okay, so now we have created a empty repository. So now our intention is to use these tables to create the report. Okay, so first let me import 2 tables. Okay, which is employee table and department table. So here to import the tables, so as of now this is the administration tool which is provided by the Oracle Corporation, and now I am going to import the objects which are again from the same vendor, which is Oracle. Okay, so Oracle Corporation is having the database too. Okay, so that which we are using on my machine. So which means the tool that which we are using is a reporting tool which is provided by the same vendor, and the database that which we are using is also from the same vendor. So if both are from the same vendor, then the vendor is going to provide some connections which are called as OCI connections. Okay, OCI here stands for Oracle Call Interface. Oracle, madam, Oracle Call Interface. Are you able to hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so Oracle Call Interface is the default driver, or even you can call it as native driver. Native driver, that which is provided by the Oracle Corporation. Okay, so now using these native drivers you can import from any Oracle sources. Okay, any Oracle sources. Okay, so now these connections we are able to see here. Okay, if you click on the connection type, we are able to see OCI 10G 11G, which means using this OCI connection you can import from Oracle 10G databases and also Oracle 11G databases. Okay, so not the other version which is called as Oracle RAC. Okay, for that we are going to use Oracle OLAP. Okay, so now let me go with OCI 10G or 11G, and here we need to provide all this information. This information will vary based on the connection type we are selecting. Okay, so here if I select SBase 9, it is asking the SBase server details. If I am selecting SAP BW, then it is asking all the SAP business warehouse related details. Okay, so now let me select OCA. So here we need to provide the data source name. So what is the data source name now? So here the data source name is the service name. Okay, service name of the database that which we are trying to connect. So here the database Oracle. So what is the service name now? So to see the service name, you can go to your operating system services. So in the training systems, which is nothing but in the training session, you can go into the services. But in the real time, the services will be available in some other machine. Under that scenario, what we need to do is we need to go with the other option. So which is nothing but using the files. Okay, I will let you know how to do that. So now select, type letter O, and here we are able to see Oracle DB console ORCL, whatever it is having the postfix, that is nothing but the connection string or service name. Okay, so Oracle service ORCL. Okay, so now even this name we can find in another location, which is nothing but in the files. So that will be the installation drive where you have installed the database. Okay, so database is installed in C drive, app folder, then the system name, then product, then the version of the Oracle, then DB home. Under this we are having network, then again admin. So now we are able to see TNS names, one file, and here we are able to see port numbers and the host details, okay, where we are installing, and here we are able to see service name. Okay, service name is ORCL. Okay, so we need to use these details. Okay, so now let me provide the service name, which is ORCL. Now the schema name. So here a database can have n number of schemas. Okay, so here we are having SH schema, SCOT schema, supply to, like that. Okay, even in our session we are going to work with the different schemas. So now let us go with SCOT schema. So provide the username, which is SCOT, and provide the password. So the password that which I have provided is Tiger. Okay, so even this password can be customized. Okay, so here the password is Tiger. Now if I click on next, it is going to connect to the database now. Okay, so as of now it is connected to the database and it is showing me all the options, like what objects you want to import. Okay, so all these are nothing but the metadata. Okay, select the metadata type, means table is a metadata, keys are metadatas, alias, synonyms, views, all these are metadata. I am able to connect to the database now. So let me click on back once. Let me change the schema name or any details. Okay, so now if I try to connect to the schema, it is showing connection failed. Okay, so the connection is not able to connect to the database using the details that which I have provided here. So make sure that you are providing the proper details, then click on next. So now here I am going to import the tables, keys and foreign keys. Okay, so here if you want, even you can import only the tables and keys, or else only the tables. So let me import first with only the tables. Only the tables I am importing. Now click on next. So here we are able to see the schema, which is SCOT, from which we want to import the metadata. Now expand this. So here we are able to see the tables, which is nothing but the metadata tables. So this is the department table and this is the employee table. Just give me a minute, my mouse is not, yeah. So this is the employee table. Okay, so here if you observe, I am able to see in department table a key is available, and even in employee table a key is available. Okay, so now I do not want to use the keys. Okay, so the option that which I selected is only tables, right? So let me import them. So I am selecting the department table and employee table. Okay, two tables I have selected, and here we are able to see import selected. Click on the import selected, and now it is showing a connection pool. So this connection pool will store the information of database connectivity details. Okay, whatever the details that which we provided while importing, that details it is going to store here. So directly click on OK. So now here we are able to see the database name, then schema name, followed by the table names, and if you expand the tables, we are not able to see the keys. Okay, we are not able to see the keys. The reason is we did not import the keys. Okay, we did not import the keys. So now this view which is available in the right side is called as repository view. Okay, repository view, and in the left side we are able to see data source view, which means in our source we are having all these schemas and all these tables, but for our requirement we are importing the tables which are required. Okay, so now whatever the tables I am importing here, these tables will come into the first layer, which is the physical layer. Okay, the first layer which is called as physical layer. So click on finish. So here we are able to see the tables with no keys. Okay, no keys are available. So now let me think, I am deleting a column here. Okay, I am deleting a MGR column. Okay, so in my physical layer I am deleting the column. So I have deleted the column here. So deleting a column in the physical layer or deleting a object which is nothing but a table or a column, it does not mean that you are deleting anything in the database. Okay, so the database is a different one and this is a different one. So this is only a view like thing. Okay, so which means whatever you are doing here, it is not going to affect on the database. Okay, so here let me think now. I want to see what is the data which is available in employee table. The data is available in database, right? The data is available in database. So let me try to see the data from my administration tool. So give a right click for the employee table and say view data. So here if you observe, I am able to see the data. I am able to see the data. So how the tool is showing me the data now? So we are aware that the tool is not storing any data. Then how the data is popping up here? The reason here is that whenever we are giving a right click and say view data, the connection pool is used. Okay, the connection pool is used to connect to the database and it is showing me the data over here. Okay, so if I change here any database details, either that can be database name, username and password. So let me change the username again. So now let me save it. Now if I try to see the data, it will show connection failed. The reason for what it is saying connection, the connection to the database. Okay, connection to the database. So which means the OBIEE RPD is not holding any data. Okay, no data is available. If we observe, Naga underscore Scott is a RPD and it is only 2 KB file. Okay, 2 KB file. If you observe even the previous RPDs, even all the RPDs are having the size with KBs only. Okay, only in KBs. Okay, only in KBs we are able to see the size, which means there is no data in this. Only metadata is stored. Okay, only metadata. So now, if I provide the proper details, again it will be able to connect to the database so that it is going to show me the data over here. Okay, so now we are having the physical tables over here. Okay, so these objects are called as physical tables and the columns are called as physical columns. Okay, so here even if you rename any table, even that is not going to connect to the database, it will be failed. Okay, the reason is, so let me rename this. So here I am renaming the object to employee. Okay, so let me rename to employee. Okay, so I have renamed the table name to employee. So I am checking in, I am not checking the consistency. So now for department table, first let me see the data. Okay, for department table, give a right click and say view data. So here for department table I am able to see the data. The reason is in my Scott schema I am having a table with the DPT as a table name. So but the employee table, if I give a right click and say view data, it is saying table or view does not exist. Okay, select count of star from employee. Okay, so it is using employee as the name. So in the database I am not having any such table. Okay, employee is not available. EMP table is available, but okay, so which means if you are changing the metadata name here, then even it is going to affect your business. So what we are going to do now? So instead of renaming the object here, what we are going to do is we are going to create alias for these objects. Okay, so here my requirement is to use employee as a name. Okay, employee as a name instead of EMP table. Okay, so that is my requirement. For that, what you can do is give a right click on table and say new object and select alias. So here provide the alias name. So here you can provide any name. So here I am going to provide the same employee name and underscore A. So here underscore A stands for alias. Okay, so this is the normal naming convention, underscore A. Okay, so here this is only alias. Okay, so for this what is the source means EMP table. Okay, EMP table is the source. So now if we click on OK, we are able to see one more object which is nothing but alias. Okay, so why we are using alias? Already we are having employee table, then why we need alias? So now the reason is if you want to have the same table with other name, you can use alias. Okay, so now let me think. In the employee table I am having all these columns, so I do not require this high date column. So let me try to delete this column. So if you give a right click, the delete option is not available, which means we cannot delete any column in the alias table. Okay, in the alias table you cannot do any modification to the column. So let me try to change any column or do any modification. For that, double click on the table, go to the columns tab, and here you are able to see a plus option, which is nothing but adding new columns, and the remove option or delete, which is nothing but deleting the columns. But here it is not allowing me. So let me try to edit a column at least. So if I click on edit, even this is grayed out, okay, which means I cannot even edit the column names also, okay. So which means alias is a replica copy of the physical table, okay. Alias is a replica copy of the physical table. If you observe, whatever the columns are available in the physical table, same columns are available even in the alias table, okay. So now let me delete a column in the physical table. So now I've deleted a column which is hire date in the physical table. If you observe, even my alias table hire date column is also deleted, which means whatever the changes I am doing on the physical table, that is going to affect my alias. The reason is, for this alias, the source is employee table, right? So the source is employee physical table, okay. So now the reason why we are going to use alias table is that, so let us think we are having a employee table, and this employee table I want to use it 2 times, okay. 2 times I want to use to join 2 different tables with 2 different columns, okay. So one time I want to join with department number column, and one time I want to join with employee number column, okay. So that kind of things, or else I'm having some circular joins, okay. So in the database you might be aware of circular joins. Please ping me in chat box if you are aware of circular joins or self joins, anything. Please ping me, Randir and Naga. Okay, if you have heard also, it's not a problem. Yeah, Randir, are you aware of what is a circular join? Okay. So here, let me think, I'm having a table, okay, which is employee table, or you can treat it as table A, anything, okay. So here I am having employee table, and here first I am joining this employee table with the department table, let us think. So here I am joining the employee table with the department table, okay. So here I have provided the join. So now I got a requirement to join again the department table with employee table. So now under that scenario, if I provide like this, it is nothing but circular join, okay. The join is coming to department table and again it is going, or else even this can be, if you want to go with multiple tables, this will be like this, okay. So this is table A, table B, okay. So there can be a number of tables. So this table joined to this, again this is joined to the other table, and again this table is joined to this table, and finally this table is again joined to the first table, which means it is like a loop, okay. It is like a loop, okay. So circular joins are not supported on the database, okay. Circular joins are not supported on the database. So here if you observe, I'm using this table twice, okay. So I'm using this table twice, first to join these to this table, and next time to join this table with this, okay. So here if you are having these kind of things, what we can do means we can create a alias for this table, okay. We can create a alias for this table, okay. So now how to create a alias? Already we are aware of how to create a alias, okay. So here we have created a alias, okay. So now let me think, for employee table I am creating a alias, okay. So here if I am creating a alias for employee table, then how I can resolve this means, so this is employee table, this is department table, and this is alias table, okay. So this is employee table, this is department table, and this is alias table. So which means here, instead of joining from department table to again employee table, what I am doing is that from department table I am going to join employee alias table, okay. So here, which means the same table I am reusing the same table, okay. So here if you observe, there is no circular join, okay, no circular join. So this concept will even come in database, okay. If you are learning any database language, even there you are going to come across. So here if you are learning SQL, at that time there will be some queries, okay. So the query will be like this, okay. So like, so display a report which is having employee name and even manager name, okay. Manager name I want in the same report, in the same report. So here Each employee is a each manager is also an employee for an organization, which means in the employee name you are going to have the same manager name again and again, twice. Okay, so which means the same table we are going to use, and we are going to do a self join over there. Okay, self join is again which is similar to circular join. Okay, self join means from the same table again you are joining to the same table. Okay, so for these kind of things what you are going to do means, so here, so for this scenario what they are going to do in the database language means, so this is employee table, and for the same employee table they will create a alias. Okay, so here we have provided emp_a, right? So at that time, so this is employee table, and here this is manager table now. Okay, so alias table is manager table. So here what they can do is directly they can join this table. Okay, so which means it is avoiding self join over here. Okay, it is avoiding self join over here. So please ping me if you are understanding the concept what I am saying here. Okay, okay, Naga. Yeah, Randir, for you. Okay, so now if you are having these kind of scenarios, then you can use alias tables. Okay, so not only for these things, creating alias is a best practice. Okay, it is a best practice in OBIEE. Okay, so now what is the difference between importing the table with keys and without keys? As of now I have imported without keys. Okay, without keys I have imported. So let me think, I'm deleting all these tables, all the objects I have deleted. So now let me import them again. Okay, let me import them again. So now I'm going to use the same schema, right? From the same schema I'm importing. So at that time I can give a right click on connection pool and say import metadata. So from here you can go, or else even from here you can go file import metadata. So what is the difference between both these? So here if you want to import from the same schema, which is nothing but from Scott schema only, if you want to import, then you can give a right click from here and say import metadata. Or else if you want to import from any other schema like SS schema or sys schema, any other thing, then you need to go from here, which is nothing but file import metadata. Even if you go with this method, it is going to ask you the connection details. Okay, connection details you should be providing again. Whereas if you give a right click on connection pool and say import metadata, no need to provide any connection details. Okay, connection details screen is bypassed. Okay, it is bypassed, and it is showing me the import metadata objects. Okay, so here the default option will come with keys and foreign keys enabled. Okay, so let me go with this default ones. Okay, let me go with the default. Let me click on next, and now I'm selecting the Scott schema again. Again I'm selecting the same tables, which is employee and department tables, and if you observe, even I'm able to see the keys for department table and employee table. Click on import selected. So connection pool is not pop up now. The reason is already we are having the connection pool here. Okay, so now the department table is having a key which is employee, which is department number, and in employee table we are having a key which is employee number. Okay, so in the previous scenario I have created a alias table for employee table. Okay, I have created a alias table for employee. So let me create a alias table again. Give a right click, say new object, alias. So now again I have created the alias. So now if you observe, in the physical table I am having employee number as the key. Then in the alias table I am not able to see any key icon, which means in the alias table it is going to take all the properties of employee table except the keys. Okay, except the keys. Okay, so whatever you are doing on the employee table, that will be applicable on this, but except the keys. Okay, so here this employee table I can join with employee number, and this alias table I can join with the department number with any other table. Okay, so let me join department with this. Okay, so here if you observe, I have imported two tables, right? Employee and department. So these two tables I have imported with keys and also foreign keys. Okay, not only keys I have selected, even foreign keys also I have selected. So what is the difference between selecting keys and selecting foreign keys? If you are selecting foreign keys, then not only you are going to get the key icons, but also you are going to get the joins between those tables. Okay, so now where are the joins now? So here we are going to import these tables from a warehouse. Okay, from the warehouse we are going to import. Okay, so in the warehouse you are going to have some tables. Okay, so that tables will be joined together. So even these tables are also joined. Okay, so let me select the tables, and here to see the joins, give a right click, say physical diagram, and select here selected objects only. Now here we are able to see a arrow. Okay, so this is nothing but the join. Okay, and currently we are in physical diagram, and this join is called as foreign key join. Okay, foreign key join. If you double click on this join, we are able to see the physical foreign key, which is nothing but join type, and this is the join name. If you want to provide any other name for the join, you can provide, but the join type cannot be changed. Okay, so now this join is called as foreign key join. In the physical layer we can create two types of joins. Okay, in the physical layer we can create two types of join. So one is physical layer, we can create two types of join. One is foreign key join, join based on equality operator. Okay, join. Yeah, go ahead, please ask me, what is your doubt?
I'm just asking this out of curiosity. Here it's almost all customized, right? We are not giving any query to join the stuff over there. Am I right?
Yes, we are not providing anything like that. Okay, I will show you. Okay, do not worry. After this, you will be able to understand all those things. Okay.
Okay.
So here already we are seeing the existing join. Okay. So even we are having the option to provide the join. Okay. We are going to do that in a few minutes. Okay.
Okay.
So here, as of now, we are able to see one join which is based on equality operator, which means here we are able to see the department table department number is equal to employee table department number. Okay, so which means we are using a operator which is equal to, so which means it is a foreign key join. Even we are having other join which is called as complex join. Okay, so this complex join is wherever you are using any operator which is not equal to. Okay, which is not equal to means either it can be greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to, or any other thing. Okay, so which is other than this equal to, operator, if you use, it is nothing but complex join. Okay, so as of now we are going to discuss with foreign key join. So here if you observe, this join came automatically. I did not provide the foreign key join, I did not provide the join here. Even though I did not provided the join came automatically. The reason is that while importing we have selected even foreign keys, right? Not only keys, even we have selected foreign keys. So foreign key is nothing but this thing, right? Foreign key is nothing but this thing. So here if you want to import with the joins, you can select the import foreign keys. Okay, so here I'm able to see the department number is provided in this manner. So this is nothing but fully qualified name. Okay, so here the database name followed by the schema name, then followed by the table name and column name. Okay, so department number is available in two locations. Okay, in two tables we are having department number. So from one table we are joining with the other table. So what is the one table? Okay, so from department table we are joining to employee table. Okay, so this fully qualified name will help us to resolve the conflict. Okay, if the same column name or if the same table is existing, then we are going to use the fully qualified name in order to resolve that. But the tool is having the intelligence to directly show the fully qualified names only here. Okay, so as of now these joins came automatically. Okay, so here these joins came automatically, but I do not want to use the joins that which are available in the database. Okay, so here I want to provide the joins manually. So how to provide the joins manually? Okay, so for that let me delete all the database details. Let me save it once. And now let me import it again. So here there is no connection pool, which means I cannot give a right click and say anything like import metadata. Okay, so I need to go with file, import metadata, and provide the connection details again. So now I am going to import only the keys. Okay, but not the foreign keys. Okay, but not the foreign keys. Scott, Tiger, click on next. So here even foreign keys is enabled. Okay, so let me uncheck the foreign keys. Okay, which means I am importing tables and keys. Okay, tables and keys. Now click on next. Expand the schema, select the tables which are required. Click on import selected. So again it is popping up the database. popping up the connection pool because there is no connection pool in my physical layer. Okay, click on OK, click on finish. So now we are able to see the tables are imported only into the physical layer. Okay, so the physical layer is meant for importing the database objects. Okay, you cannot import the objects into the BMM layer. We cannot import the objects into the presentation layer. Each layer is having its own importance. Okay, so now if I expand this, I am able to see the keys. I am able to see the key over here. So let me see if I am having a join. So select the tables, give a right click, select the physical diagram, then selected objects only. So here if you observe, there is no join between these two tables. Okay, no join is existing between these two tables, which means while importing, if you select the foreign keys option, then it is also going to import the joins between them. But here I want to provide the foreign key join manually. Okay, so for that reason I did not enable the foreign keys. Okay, so now how to provide the join means click on the new join icon which is available on the tools bar. Okay, so here you are able to see new join. The same new join can be used to provide the foreign key join, and also the same join icon is used to provide the complex join also. Okay, so now let me click on this. So now my mouse pointer is changed into a different icon. Okay, different icon. So now first we need to click on the many side table first. Okay, so what is meant by many side now? So here in department table we are having department number column. Okay, so I want to join these two tables based on a column. Okay, without a column I cannot go with the join. Okay, I cannot go with the join without a column. So here I am using department number column here, and also again the department number column here. So here first I need to click on the column which is having the n number side. So here n number is nothing but the cardinality. Okay, so here one department number is available. Okay, so let me go to the SQL plus Scott Tiger, select employee number, or let me take employee name department number from employee. Okay, so which means I am seeing the employee names and their department numbers. Okay, so here if you observe, the department number column is available and it is having repeated values or duplicate values in the department number. Okay, so this is available in employee table. In employee table we are having department numbers and it is repeated n number of times. Okay, n number of times the value is repeated. So n can be 0 times repeating, or else it can be 1 time repeating, or else 10 times or 100 times. Okay, so now if I type the same command for the other table, which is nothing but the department table, so let me use it here. So here if you observe, I am able to see department number. So only one column is shown once. Okay, so I did not use any distinct. Okay, select distinct. Okay, so I hope you are aware of what is distinct. Please ping me in chat box. Distinct is nothing but if you are having multiple records, it is going to show only the only unique record once. Okay, so here it is, I am not using any distinct, which means whatever the department numbers are available, all the department numbers are shown. Okay, so here I am able to see 5 departments which are not repeated, which means here one department number is available only once. Okay, so I need to provide first click on the n number side table first, which means on this employee table the department number is repeated n number of times. So click on this table first and leave it on the dimension table or the one side table. Okay, which is nothing but where you are having department number one time repeating. Okay, so here we are able to see the join condition now. So here the join condition came automatically. So why the join condition came automatically means we have imported along with the keys. Okay, only the join condition came automatically, but it is not the join. Okay, the join did not came, only join condition came. So while importing the metadata, if you unselect even the keys, okay, even the keys, which is nothing but only the columns, if you import at the time, here you will be not able to see any key. Okay, no key will be displayed here. At the time the join condition will be something like this. Okay, like department name is joined to commission column. Okay, so at that time we need to manually select the columns. Okay, like department number here and department number here. Okay, so make sure that you are providing a valid join condition. So after providing the valid join condition, click on OK. So here the operator is equal to, okay, which is nothing but inner join or foreign key join. Okay, so in inner join it is in the database terminology, whereas in OBIEE It is foreign key join. Okay, physical foreign key join. So now, after providing the join, click on OK. Click on save. I'm not checking in the consistency. Click on no. So now I have provided the joins here. Okay, so let me stop with the joins here. Okay, so why I have provided the join here? But so the joins are available in the database. Okay, the joins are already available in the database. So why I need the joins here? So here the tool, which is nothing but our OBIEE, we are going to use the tool to create the reports. Okay, so reports are created using answers. So already my server is started. So let me use the server to create the reports. So here I'm logging into the answers. Presentation 8 AM. There is some other RPD. So now let me think. I'm selecting some tables. So I'm taking a dimensional table column and one fact table column. So if I click on result, I am able to see the report. So here from two tables I am displaying the data. So if I want to display data from more than one table, I need to use the join. Without join, I cannot see the report. So I did not write any join. Even then my tool is showing the data. So here the tool is creating the join. So to see the join, click on administration. Click on manage sessions, and from the bottom, second one, click on view log. So here if you observe, we are able to see a join condition. Okay. So here if you observe, T75 is joined with T83. What are these T75, T83? These are nothing but alias. Okay. So these are nothing but alias. So here you are able to see T83 is times table. Okay, T83 is times table alias, whereas T75 is sales table alias. Okay, so which means times table time ID is joined with sales table time ID. Okay, please ping me if you are able to understand here. So this is nothing but a database statement. Okay, a database statement or a physical SQL, okay, which is filed on the database. So this was not created by us. Okay, so this was created by the BI server. Okay, BI server is creating this. So here, if the BI server needs to create a valid SQL, then we need to provide the joins over here. Okay, so these joins are used by the server to create the joins. Okay, so now let me think. I'm having a table. Okay, so which is having only two columns. Okay, so here let me think a employee table is available. So I want only employee name and employee number. Okay, so two columns are available like employee number and employee name. So these two columns I want to use in my physical layer. Okay, so as of now only two columns I want to use. Okay, so the table is not available in the database. Let us think. Okay, so the table is not available in the database. So at that time what we need to do? So normally we need to use a view. Okay, we are going to create a view here. So here, so to create a view or any physical table, okay, not only view, you can create any database table also here. Okay, but here you cannot see any data. Okay, so if there is no data in the database, we will be not able to see the data. Okay, so the object is the object itself is not available in the database. Okay, so here let me see, select star from tab, which means I am displaying all the objects which are available in the Scott schema. Okay, so these are the objects that which are available. All are tables. Okay, all are tables. So now I want to have a view, okay, which is going to get only two columns like employee number and employee name, or else I want to create a physical table here. So how to create that? So here it is nothing but like we are having something called as force view in the database. Even though the table is not available in the database, we want to create the table. Okay, so when the table is created, at that time it is going to show the data. Still that time it is not going to show any data. Okay, so now to create any database object, give a right click on the schema and say new physical table, and here provide the name. So here I am providing the name as dummy, and now this is a physical table. Okay, so if you are having any procedure which is going to return columns, even you can use the procedures also. Okay, as of now I am going with physical table. So here for a table I have provided the name. Okay, name of the table is dummy. So I need to have some columns. Okay, so go to the columns and here click on add and provide the column. So let me think this is serial number. I'm providing some integer. Click on OK. Let me add one more thing. Student name or S name, whatever it can be. Okay. Student name, let us think. So it is varchar. Length is 10 characters. Okay. So here I'm having two columns. Okay. So as of now, if I want to see the data, if I say view data, this table is not existing in the database. So this is going to show the data only if that is created in the database. Okay, still that time it is not going to show any data. Okay, so this is nothing but creating the table even though it is not available in the database. Okay, so now we are having one more method. Okay, so using this, okay, give a right click, say new physical table, and here let me provide some name like employee view. So here now instead of physical table I am using a select statement. Okay, I am using a select statement. Okay, so here already the table is available here. Okay, the table is available in my physical layer. Okay, I am writing a select statement like select ename comma employee number from emp table. Okay, whatever the table is available here, or else it can be even in the database also. Okay, even in the database, whatever the employee name and employee number columns are available in the employee table, I want to use them only two columns. Okay, so here click on OK. So what is this called? So here you are able to see a optical symbol. So this is called as view, which means in a view we are using partial columns or partial data, partial table data we are using in the employee table. So view, as of now this is not available in the database, right? So we are not able to see any view here. So there is no EMP view. 8 rows are available. Okay, 8 tables are available, but no employee view. So here this view we need to deploy in the database, so that if you want to use this view, first we need to deploy this. So to deploy the view, give a right click and say deploy view. Okay, so click on deploy view. So here it is saying please save all the changes before deploying or undeploying, which means first I need to save this RPD. So click on save, and I'm not checking in the consistency because consistency should be checked only after creating all the 3 layers. Click on no. So now save option is grayed out, which means RPD is saved. So now give a right click and say deploy views. So now this is the view name which is available in the RPD, and in the database it is going to provide this name for the view. Okay, which is EMPL view. Okay, so now if I click on OK, it is going to show me the message. Okay, whether the view is deployed successfully or not. Okay, so here view is deployed. So where it is deployed? It is deployed in ORCL database, Scott schema, employee view is the view name. So here if you come and see, we are able to see one more object. Okay, one more object which is EMPL view. Okay, which is of type view. So using this view we can work. Okay, if you want. So normally views are performance killers. Okay, so views are performance killers. So we are going to rarely use this object. Okay, so let me undeploy this. So undeploy is nothing but deleting the view. Okay, deleting the view. So here even you can create this view in the database itself. Okay, so which means that way in the database it will be created by the developers, not by the OBIEE people. Okay, so normally that will be like that. Okay, so let me delete these two things which are not required. So let me know if you are having any doubts still here.